All right, then. Greetings to each of you. As you progress along your evolution, opportunity arises for you to interact with many forms of consciousness. We understand that when we say that, the tendency is to think of beings of other civilizations or beings that are more interdimensional in their living experience. But what we would like to focus upon now is the idea of your conscious being more actively engaged with that which you are already co-creating. Your relationship to planet Earth, your relationship to the environment that you exist in, is all an extension of your own being. It is all a creative act that you are participating in on other levels of your consciousness. All of the environment that you perceive yourself within is a creative act of your own being. You are in continual communion with Mother Earth directly, as well as a component, as a participant of the mass consciousness as well. And therefore, you are also participating in the environmental shifts that are unfolding on your planet. Nothing lies outside your creative nature as a human being. Nothing is separate from you having a relationship with it in some form. So many of the significant shifts and changes that are unfolding in your world at the environmental level are reflective of the shifts and changes, obviously, that are unfolding within the mass consciousness. And in many ways, it is important to understand that in a world in which there is dark chaos of destruction, that there is also your responsibility as the creators of a new world to understand that that also includes your participation with Mother Earth. The new world that you create will obviously, as a reflection, as a co-creative act with you, will obviously not be participating in some of what you term to be environmental disasters at this time. Why would you create a new world of being where that world is at risk? You are creating a new world. Now, as we say that, that does not mean that, well, I'll just create the new world. So what? Environmental disasters. So what? We're purging the world for our own benefit. But what we ask is that you look at the ongoing relationship that you currently have with the world. How much of your power are you giving away to some of the more constrictive ideas that are unfolding? As you know, so much of the environmental changes and shifts, some of it, yes, is a resistance, obviously, of the mass consciousness, the resistance of the mass consciousness from the integration of the vibrational frequencies that are here in order to initiate change within your brains. But we don't really want to get into the idea of resistance in that way. What we want is to begin for you to understand that you are in partnership, you are in relationship with everything as consciousness. And so therefore, as a creator, to begin to understand that my creatorship extends way beyond my perception of myself as a being. And that I am actively and have always co-created my environment in partnership with other portions of my being. I and I alone am responsible for all of the environment that surrounds me. And of course, there are overlaps of perception. But when you think of yourself as consciousness, too often that consciousness is limited to the consciousness inside myself in my physical form, yeah? When obviously your consciousness expands way beyond that in its creative activities. And what will begin to open up more and more is that ability to commune more readily with not only the elements of your environment, with Mother Earth herself, and with all that lives within her.